Welcome everybody to Quake Pro League. My name is Freya and today I am sat down here with Raisy. So you're currently the highest rated player, EU player in the QPL. Do you see yourself as a top contender in EU and how do you think you're going to be faring in Poland?
Hi, thank you for having me here. I think I've been doing well. I would say I'm fairly consistent when it comes to competing in this game, and lately I've been performing well during the QPL matches as well, which granted me a high rank in the leaderboards. I feel very practiced, very prepared for the event. I would like to achieve a high placement. The biggest challenge I've been having lately is having one off match maybe during the event that completely ruins the whole progress for me. Like during QuakeCon, I messed up like one match completely, and because of that I didn't make it into the top 2. And then during Luca last year, I was playing very consistently up until the grand final, where I was just completely turned off, I guess. I don't know. So I'm just hoping that I don't encounter that same issue. I just have to sleep well, eat well, and then focus throughout the matches.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we're seeing players like yourself and Wenger coming up more into the top tier Quake scene. Are there any young players that you've got your eye on that you think fans should be keeping an eye out for?
I'm not very familiar with the scene outside of the challengers, and I don't think there are many new blood competing in this game on high level at least. Not that I know of. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anyone if there are. So I can't really tell. I know that there's Sheriff, for example, from the Russian community, who is very good. He has some really good matches. Very often I get matched up against him in a ranked duel. And then of course Wenger just turned 21. It's a fun fact, he likes pineapple pizza, which is very surprising to me because he's Italian, but I just thought I would leave it there. He's obviously an awesome player, very good friend as well, and my teammate, and I'm cheering for him to have a really good outcome during this event. Other than that, I don't really know anyone else that is a young blood, a newcomer in this scene.
Well, you mentioned that it was Wenger's birthday very, very recently, and obviously he faced Kilson on his birthday, and Kilson took him down. Are you confident that you're going to be able to avenge your teammate this week, and how are you preparing to face up against Kilson?
Well, when it comes to playing against Kilson, it's always I'm nervous, of course. I've played against him many times before, and I constantly play against the pros all the time, but whenever I'm competing, I always take it seriously as best as I can, and I always try to win the match and then just be proud of the achievements. But Kilson is a tough opponent nonetheless, and there have been occasions when I lost to him very convincingly. I've also won against him before. It's hard to predict what it's gonna be like, and we don't really get to play against each other very often either, so I'm not really sure what it's gonna be like, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a fun match, both for the viewers and for the players as well.
So last stage you finished second in Milan. This stage it seems like you've stepped up your game a bit and become more consistent. What kind of approach do you take on LAN versus online competition? How are you preparing?
So the way I approach the event versus online performance, so when online I'm playing, I'm often streaming on basically a daily basis for many hours, and during that I mostly play ranked duels. Whatever the opponent, I don't really mind the skill gap either, and I mostly get matched up against very, very strong opponents because of the ranking. And then so I practice that a lot, and then outside of that, on a weekly basis I play the QPL matches, and I also watch others play and try to see what's happening in the pro scene. So I try to learn from that, and that's like kind of my mental approach. And then when it comes to the event, I try to take it easy, as in like not to stress over it too much. And people tend to like warm up and overplay the game because they wanna get the most, like the best performance out of themselves. I'm kind of the opposite. I try to take it in a chill way. I don't really play the game that much before the event, and I just try to be there in the head. And when I actually get to play, I maybe warm up before my match if I have the opportunity, and then I just fully focus when the match actually starts. And I don't really feel rusty, but I also need warm up. I'm only human, but I feel like that way, the way I approach it, I can always perform solidly. So I never really had any issues, like mentally either, when it comes to competing during an event, for example.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today, and good luck in this weekend's matches.
Thank you very much.